Obviously, the Big 12 race, tightened up a little bit after Texas upset Kansas on Monday in Austin. Kansas is now 8-2, a game up on Baylor and Tech, who are 7-3, followed it by the Longhorns at 7-4. Who, in you guys' mind, has the best shot at winning the Big 12?
Yeah, I know this sounds like a broken record, but I think Kansas definitely has the best shot. They're a game ahead. They've played a lot of their tough games already. They still have to go to Baylor. They've got Texas at home, but they played Tech twice already. And I think Texas Tech's got a pretty good shot. I think they've got a better shot than Baylor. Baylor's got a lot of hard games left, 2 against Texas, Kansas, then also Tech on the road, and Oklahoma State on the road. That probably won't be an easy game since they beat them here. So I would say I would go Kansas, probably the best chance, then Texas Tech, and then Baylor.
Yeah, we're kind of back where we started on that deal, right? Kansas didn't get punished, and here they are right where they always were.
Yep, pretty much.
Here's the other thing, though, and speaking of the NCAA not punishing Kansas, aside from the Big 12 championship, I think these 3 teams, and maybe you could even throw Texas in there, maybe if they make a run, but they're playing to be the Big 12's representative in the San Antonio regional, I would think, because whoever that team is, especially if it's Texas Tech, Baylor, or Texas, they're going to have a lot of people in the Alamo Dome if they can get to the Sweet 16 in the Alamo Dome.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Honestly, and so I was watching SportsCenter last night, and they were talking college basketball, Scott Van Pelt and Joe Lunardi, who does a lot of those bracketology, projections. And one of the questions was that SVP asked Lunardi was basically a version of what we talked about last week on this podcast, whether the Big 12 might get a 1 seed at the end of the year, because basically the Big 12 champions probably going to have a few more losses than some of these other teams that might be competing for a 1 seed. And in the course of that conversation, there was also talk about Purdue, and Purdue might be a 1, might be a 2, but they want to play. I'm trying to remember where that regional was, but it was closer to them. Maybe it was Indianapolis. I don't remember. But to me, that's almost a bigger deal, as Chad talks about, than your seeding, whether you're 1 or 2. If you're in a region that's sort of closer to home, that to me is a bigger advantage than just your seeding. Like we talked about last week, you can win a national championship as a 2 or a 3 or whatever, So
yeah, that's a good point.
Where you play is a big deal.